Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. Well, I've got the XRP chart up here on the 5-minute, and I don't know why I have it on the 5-minute. Usually you take a look at the shorter time frames when you're day trading. I guess it's because I noticed this trend reversal shift, and while I was recording, or rather while I was doing my research, XRP, for whatever reason, came up here, went up to $2.45, then came right back down. We saw a large volume bar in here, but I mean, the trend remaining relatively consistent. Let's get off the 5-minute now. I'm going to bring it to the 1-hour chart. You guys can see over the last few hours, XRP has seen a trend reversal, consistent with what Bitcoin is doing. You guys can see over the last 4 hours, positive volume bars to the upside. And that is consistent with how Bitcoin is reacting today. Currently, one Bitcoin is going for about almost $105,000 per BTC. We're at 104,983, and hopefully we see this trend reversal continue. So let me zoom out even more. This is Bitcoin on the daily. A lot of bears still calling for a bearish continuation pattern. Bitcoin still has a lot of work to do to get up past new all-time highs. Of course, the next nut to crack is in and around here, $116,000. We're really going to have to pay attention to what happens up there for Bitcoin. And then, of course, the new all-time high. If I throw a Fibonacci here on the trend, you guys can see $116,000. Critical level here. We are very, very close to the 0.618. I would wager to guess that the 0.702 is, historically where we have seen rejections in the past, and that is in and around $118,000. So somewhere in and around here, guys, we are going to have to pay very, very close attention to what Bitcoin does next. Is it going to get rejected? Are we going to see a bearish continuation pattern? For more information, follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. Guys, it is only $5 a month. If you're interested in seeing how I'm treating this bull market, $5 only, but you got to subscribe and stay subscribed to lock into that price. I feel like at this stage, half of the analysts are saying we're bearish, half are saying we're bullish. It doesn't help when we're, chopping sideways like we've been seeing over the last little while here. So, what is the answer? A lot of interesting perspectives out there. You guys can see fear and greed is back in the 20s. Yesterday, it was in the 30s for the first time in a while. Market cap is down by a little bit. So, those altcoins that did gain momentum over the last, I think it was a couple of days ago now, a few days ago at least, a lot of those are giving back to the market or have been over the last few days. But market today, relatively flat. You guys can see we're seeing a mix of green and red. Some of the altcoins that have been performing better are the privacy coins, Zcash being one of them and Dash being another one. Let's just bring up the XRP chart one more time. So XRP, over the last couple of days, we did see it in the high 250s. Now it's in the low 240s, but it is climbing up, still moving commensurate with Bitcoin. Tony Edward, though, saying this is a warning sign. On-chain data shows whale wallets holding 10 or more BTC are starting to decline. So you know what that means. Okay, it's not time to panic yet, but we need to see this slow down or plateau soon. We have seen sell-offs throughout this bull market, such as quarter 2 of 2024 and quarter 1 of 2025, but then accumulation continued. This is something I will keep monitoring. It could just be that it is another sell-off, that reaccumulation will continue to occur, but this could also be the sign of the end of the bull cycle. I mean, if you guys are following Fourier cycle theory, it is, possible that we are at the end and, the writing is on the wall and we just did not get the kind of results that we were expecting, a year, 2 years ago. So that's a possibility. Gel here saying, this bull cycle has been different from others. Yeah, tell me about it. Historically, pullbacks were swift, brutal sell-offs that got bought up quickly. In some cases, you'd sleep through the whole thing. Now we see agonizingly slow bleeds that systematically wreck morale and completely eradicate any belief in a continued run higher. The game has become harder, but your job remains the same: survive. This too shall pass. So showing us, in this bull run since 2023, how Bitcoin retraced, and it was a slow bleed. And in some cases, it happened for 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, or longer. And this is not normal. I mean, this is normal. This is not what we've seen in the past. This is, what a Bitcoin correction looked like in the past. So I'm going to take it from, 20. We'll call it 20. Yeah, okay. So let's just take a look at 2020 for a second here. So, when we saw corrections in the past, they would be very, very quick, and then we'd shoot up again, right? Very quick, shoot up, very quick, whoops, very quick, retrace. Why is that not working? Very quick, retrace, very quick. So they were very sharp, almost like shark's teeth. In this case, we've seen a little bit of that, but really, a lot of these retracements took longer, right? Especially the later ones here took longer. And then we saw a bit of a double top here, took longer, continued up, grind to the upside. So the grind has been longer, and then the retracements have been longer. And so, as Jell is saying here, cockroach season, this is very different than what we've seen in the past. And, as Tony Edwards says, another metric that we should be paying attention to, all these metrics looking to, throw us for a loop, throw retail for a loop. They're trying to trick us, guys. Stock Money Lizard's also commenting, bubbles work in two directions. So this is an interesting metric that I wanted to share with you guys today. Alt season in 2016. When you compare that to alt season in 2020, and now, guys, what are we seeing in 2025? Well, we saw mass liquidations. They happened here, and apparently they follow a trend line. We saw mass liquidations in 2020, and then mass liquidations today on October the 10th, 2025 for this particular season. Guys, what followed after that is an incredible alt season. So we saw that in 2016, alt season in 2020, and then, what we're assuming is we're going to see something similar in 2025. So hopefully this shapes up in a similar fashion than what we saw back in 2016 and 2020. Another interesting metric there. Wanted to thank Stock Money Lizards, wanted to thank Jell and Tony Edward for posting that. The institutional inflows are coming in. The other day, Stephen McClurg of Canary Capital commented on XRP, the XRP ETF versus the Solana ETF, and he was saying he pictures the XRP ETF getting about twice as much inflows as the Solana ETF, and that was a big prediction. Now, Zafe Crypto here posting this. Bitwise's Matt Hugin responding to this on the Paul Barron Show. Is he as big of a believer? Listen to this.
Of course, is the XRP ETFs. We had Stephen on the other day, and he throws out some crazy numbers. And he's saying that there's a possibility he thinks that we could see double of what Solana has done so far. Do you agree with that in terms of the XRP ETF?
Yeah, I love Steve. I look forward to competing with him on XRP, but he's a good friend. Yes, I think there will be significant interest. The thing that people get wrong about crypto is an asset like XRP definitely has divisive views in the community. There are many people who love it, and there are many people who are skeptical of it. The thing about ETF flows is the people who are skeptical don't matter. All that matters is that there are people who are excited to buy it. That's why you see high inflows. So I think the mistake people make when they estimate something like an XRP ETF is they take the median view of XRP in the crypto community. It doesn't matter. It's that there's this strong, committed community of people who are excited for this product, and they will allocate. So I think XRP will be a big success. I don't know if it will double Solana, but it will.
At the end there, he says, I don't know if it will double Solana, but it's still going to be very, very popular. The XRP community obviously rallying behind the XRP ETFs. And guys, we're going to be seeing a lot of those released very soon. If you guys are watching this video on the day that I'm releasing it, it is November the 12th, 2025. And if I type in XRP here, you guys can see the Evolve XRP ETF is already being traded in Canada on the Toronto Stock Exchange. That was released back earlier this summer in June. We don't have a lot of information here on the chart. I think the American ETFs are likely going to be more liquid. Currently, this one is trading for about $11.05, and I think that would probably be in Canadian dollars. Anyway, I'm interested to see how this is going to affect the market, if FOMO is going to help bolster the XRP price, getting the original asset price up even higher. So we got to keep our fingers crossed for that. As you guys can see, though, Ripple's fintech partners like Finastra, they're hard at work too. They just recently partnered up with another company called Fintech OS to simplify digital in-branch client onboarding for financial institutions. So Finastra has been leveraging RippleNet technology for probably the better part of a decade now. They've been doing the back-end integration into a lot of these financial institutions and banks. Well, Fintech OS today announced a strategic partnership with Finastra to modernize the account origination process for small businesses and consumers. Fintech OS integrated with the Phoenix Core product, so Finastra's Phoenix Core and another product here, making the account opening process faster, simpler, and more secure, whether applying digitally or in person at a branch. Traditional account opening is often slow and paper heavy, and online options often stall over security and verification. This partnership bridges the gap, combining Finastra's reliable core and banking digital systems with FinTech OS's low-code origination platform and AI-powered product engine. So just one company here that leverages RippleNet, partnering up with another company to simplify in-branch client onboarding financial services. So not directly related to Ripple and XRP. However, this collaboration with Finastra is a direct response to the market's demand for faster innovation. That's no surprise there. By integrating our low-grade code digital onboarding and origination platform with Finastra's core system, we are empowering financial institutions to launch sophisticated customer-centric products in weeks, not months. So they're concerned with making this fast for their customers to onboard to this new financial system. Makes sense to me. We also have another partnership here with GFTN, guys. They've just partnered with SBI Holdings, and they've just launched a $200 million global fintech fund. The partnership aims to connect investors with high-growth fintech innovators. So Ripple's largest partner, SBI Holdings, they've just partnered up with this capital fund to back growing stage fintech companies globally. The initiative will invest in transformative fintech firms developing technologies across artificial intelligence, digital assets, cybersecurity, and tokenization. Headquartered in Singapore, GFTN Capital is a growth equity venture firm under the Global Finance and Technology Network. It will leverage GFTN's ecosystem of innovators and investors and policymakers in more than 130 countries, giving investors early access to emerging fintech technologies or fintech companies, while supporting portfolio firms with strategic capital, in-depth market insights, and connections to a trusted network of industry stakeholders. So guys, they're working together. They want to accelerate the growth of high potential fintech companies and unlock emerging technology opportunities that advance the global financial industry. As you guys can see, the goal at the end of the day for all these companies, advancing global finance, and whether it's through AI, and the space has evolved quite a bit. It used to be about payments and purely payments, leveraging the XRP ledger or DLT technology with digital assets like XRP to advance payments. But guys, the technology has gotten more advanced. So now they're looking at artificial intelligence. Obviously, cybersecurity is a big one now that everything is becoming regulated, and tokenization. This has been a big talking point for larger institutional financial institutions like BlackRock or Vanguard. They're looking to tokenize everything. Everything is going to be run on a blockchain or through distributed ledger technology. So SBI Holdings, again, one of the biggest Ripple partners. They are on the cutting edge of this in Japan and in the East generally with this other firm, GFTN Capital. So great news there. And so the question becomes, how long is this going to happen? Well, we have been basing for quite a while. And when I say basing, I don't mean, excited moves to the upside and downside. If you guys just take a look at the last year or so, guys, this is the XRP price over the last year. The last time we really had a significant pump was in November of 2024, right after the elections, when XRP did jump. How high did it go? It went up 500% in almost 500% in the matter of a month. And then after that, it's just been moving sideways, up and down, consolidating. And I think that's what's getting people very frustrated at the moment. We just wanted to, maybe see a bit of a consolidation and then a huge pump to the upside, but we haven't seen that yet. We've just been trending sideways for the better part of a year, for pretty much the entirety of 2025. Yeah, XRP did see new all-time highs, but really it's about this sideways trend at the moment. Well, Eggrag Crypto, guys, wanted to remind us of his September 2023 tweet, okay? To understand the full story, go back to the September 23 tweet in the post below. So I'm going to go over that. It explains the purpose and logic behind this setup. Now, here's the updated chart. The vision remains intact and the math still screams multiple X's incoming for XRP. So guys, if we go back to September of 2023, and remember, he posted this before this happened, okay? So I just kind of wanted to go over this. The power of 27X, he says. The technical principle states, the longer the consolidation, the stronger and lengthier the ensuing breakout. This post delves into that idea, and we've talked about this on this channel too. I've talked about this for years now. The longer the base, the higher in space. You guys remember that? We're here to analyze XRP's price behavior on a monthly timeline. So guys, we're zooming way out here. let's look at the time spent accumulating and the potential multipliers when XRP broke those accumulation zones. So he says, I've identified 5 accumulation zones, accumulation multiplier. And so I'm going to just open up this chart and I'm going to read this to you guys. So the 3-month, we multiplied over here by 3x. Then after 7 months, we multiplied by 2x. After 27 months, we multiplied by 14x. And then after another 7 months, we multiplied by 8x. So then he gives some totals here, okay? 44 months, that's about 27x. Then 11 months, 6.75x. He goes on to say the current accumulation zone is so far 68 months, and the multiplier will most probably be one of the below assumptions. So assumption number 1, 27x from all-time high is nearly $90. 6.75x from all-time high is approximately $22. Assumption number 3, lowest multiple, so 2x from all-time high is roughly $6.50 or $6.60 to be exact. Assumption 4, highest multiplier, 14x from all-time high is about $46. In my opinion, remember, the longer the base, the higher the rise, or the higher in space. I love the rhyme. This 27x surge combines all previous multipliers in one play. So, I mean, taking an average really isn't a very scientific way to do this, but it kind of gives us an idea of where we could go, right? So again, let's fast forward to today. Now here's the updated chart. The vision remains intact and math still screams a multiplier of X incoming. And so guys, let's just take a look at the XRP chart right now. And I'm going to throw that on the monthly. And let's just take a quick look at where we are in terms of how many months it's been since that huge pump to the upside. So I'm going to take it from January. We'll call it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months. Okay, we have 10 months. When we take a look at some of these multipliers, anywhere between 7 and 27 months, we did see 2x to 14x. I mean, 10 months is somewhere in the middle there. Even if we take a 27x multiplier, or the average, okay, 6.75x. And let's not even take it from all-time high. Let's just take it from today's price of XRP. So we're being a little more conservative here. Let's take it from $2.43. So Egg Rag Crypto is saying $2.43, and let's multiply that by the low conservative amount. Guys, we're looking at $16.40. So I'm just going to throw something on there. 1640, was that 1640? Let's just throw that on there. 1640, give or take, okay? And then if we multiply that by 27, so let's multiply that again to 43 by 27x. Guys, we're looking at an XRP worth $65.61. So where does that bring us? 65.61, give or take. That's somewhere in around there. I'm being very, very crude with these lines. So guys, I mean, that would in fact really just kind of blow this Fibonacci out of the water. We don't really have any other metrics to confirm this. I mean, if we do continue to see this consolidation occur on a longer time frame, I have a feeling that this would become more valid. We just have to wait with bated breath. Hopefully this does transpire, but wanted to thank Egg Rag Crypto for his thesis and this price prediction. That's just my opinion. If you guys want to hear more opinions about where I think price is going to go, where I'm going to be cashing out, you guys can follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. And if you guys are interested in purchasing some merchandise, you guys can mosey on down to the Working Money Channel merch store. Link is in the description of the video. That's just my opinion. I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.